Hello and welcome at a new stream for the WCS Megane here from the Autodromo Enzo a Dino Ferrari. We know it better as circuit of Imola, where we have two nice races in the WCS Megane. It's round 9 of the Megane Championship of the WCS series, and we're currently in the qualifying session. My name is Menno Klont, and I will be your lead commentator for today. If we're lucky, we'll have a second commentator, and that's Mr. Wopke Hoekstra. And both we hope to entertain you with a lot of great one-liners, great commentary, and of course a lot of very bad jokes. So we're currently in the qualifying session, and let's look how it is now. We still have around 6 minutes to go. You can see it in your screen. And the current leader is Mr. Jajowski. We have a little bit of problem with the 2 feet now, I see. But yeah, for now we are going to look at least until the end of qualifying. So unfortunately we don't have any sector times now. So we're going to one of the faster guys. Let's get on board with this guy. This is Wesley Stefano. Stefano currently in P7. Can he improve? Not yet. Still going for another lap. Looks like quite a fast lap for Mr. Stefano. Let's go a bit more on board on the top cam of Wesley Stefano. He's running a bit wide here, but this is allowed. Of course, he was with 2 wheels still on the curb. And look at the fluid line. Just have a good exit. Still on the edge of the track, I believe. Only barely, but that's enough. Going to this fast chicane. Jump, another jump over the curbs. Very aggressive over the curbs. And yeah, you need to get a lot of time gain in on yourself. So he's actually trying very hard. But we're not sure if he can improve because we don't have a sector time as of now. But overall, this looks like a pretty good lap. Opens the throttle. It's a bit wide. Oh, he goes into the pit, so it's not good enough, at least for an improvement. Well, we're now looking at Mr. Kumar and Mr. Niranjan Kumar from India, of course. That he's doing pretty good in this series. But yeah, even Niranjan has highs and lows. Sometimes he wins a race, sometimes he's really unbeatable nearly. But other times, he's a bit in the unlucky part of the race where people are spinning and he's collecting them. But overall, of course, Niranjan is a pretty good driver. And can he improve? Not yet. So he's starting a lap. And I'm going to look at Mr. Roy Bazal, who said to me today he was feeling quite racy. So let's see what he can do. I think that's already a bit going wide there and a little bit of traffic, so pretty sure this is not the lap for Roy Bazal he wanted to. Now we're going to Mr. Roy Schouten. Mr. Roy Schouten, of course, is always fast. He's the championship contender, one of the three, and we have a little bit of lag issues. Well, that was not what I expected. We had a little bit of lag issues. I'm not sure if the commentary was gone for a moment as well, or it was just a game. Roy Scholten, can he improve? Can he improve from before? No, not yet. We've got three championship contenders now in the championship, and those are Matthew Williams driving for Edenas Engineering, Jason Muscat driving for Malta Force, and Roy Scholten, of course, driving for Racing Team Scholten. And yes, they are now P2, 3 and 4, and yeah, who's P1 currently? It's Mr. Erhan Jajowski. He's actually standing into it, so if they go faster, Erhan can't respond to this. What can Matthew Williams do? Well, when he's losing a bit of the feet and we can't say what the last lap was. Ah, it's back. What can Matthew Williams do? Can he get pole? Can he get pole? Can he get pole? No, but he's got another lap to do it. Oh, the Megane has a great championship, of course, with three guys that could still win the championship. Of course, in theory, more could win it, but yeah, I think the title race will go between Williams and Scholten, and yeah, all three are so good that yeah, it's difficult to say what will happen. I see there is a bit of lag. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, there is a bit of lag. So hopefully it's better in the race. It's a bit better now. Faster, we shall see. Oh, taking the short line. Can he do it? Can he do it? It looks like he can do it. And then it would mean if somebody is driving. No, Muscat is in. Scholten is in. Nearly everybody is done for now. Let's see. It looked quite okay. Let's see. Everybody is now in the pits, so that means that well, we don't have one of the championship favorites on pole. But yeah, well, I wanted to say again, it's the guy from the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia, Mr. Erhan Jajowski. He got pole before, and he got wins before, and yeah, he was away for a few weeks. I believe it was a school trip, and yeah, he returned, and oh yeah, he shows like to the others, like yeah, you are the championship favorites, Scholten, Muscat, and Williams. But yeah, don't count me out. If I had driven the whole championship, I would have been in contention as well. But yeah, for now I fear for Erhan, he's a bit too far behind. But yeah, of course you never know. But yeah, of course it's a very good signing again for Malta Force, of course. And yeah, the stream now looks really good. Sorry if we sometimes have a bit of connection problems, but yeah, for now it looks like the most things are solved. while we're just waiting until the warm-up starts. Then we are going to follow some of the guys for the warm-up session for a bit of laps. We're currently on board with Mr. Jason Muscat. And yes, this is my favorite camera. I really like this top-end camera, because you can look everywhere. Now seeing the Tamburello. Of course, the corner, one of the most well-known corners in racing. Unfortunately, actually, because yeah, it's not like it's an amazingly cool corner. But yeah, of course, what happened with one of the greats of all time, of course, and yeah, it's very difficult. Difficult corner still, but yeah, everybody knows that corner, of course, by name, and you know why. While we're seeing the Malta Force, of course. Now we are also broadcasting in the X11, so the quality of the broadcast has been better and better every round now, and if you don't have any loss of my internet, then we will provide you with great images. And yeah, one of the things I asked myself, like, for a long time it looked like Jason Muscat was not in contention for the championship, like everything was going wrong for him in the championship, but yeah, the last rounds at the Norris Ring he won both races, and like everything what was going wrong before is going right was going right in the Norris Ring, and yeah, it looks like he's in full contention again, and that's actually very good for the whole league, for the Meganes, and of course for Muscat, who hopes of course to be a double champion, but yeah, it will be very difficult. Okay, now on board with Ryan Nash. Well, he's now doing a lap. Well, I'm currently looking at some of the settings of the server, because we experienced a little bit of lag, so I'm going to look if I can help this a bit. So I will be, yeah, around, well, all the time, but I need to look if I can fix it. we're now looking at Theodoros Eziroglu in his Ice Cold racing car. So yeah, he's going for a lap. And let's see what he does. Of course, we see green lap times for him in this session. I'm looking a bit how the audio is, of course, but the audio looks pretty okay. So let's make some last minute changes to make sure it's a little bit better even. So well, we see Theodoros going to P5 now, and we didn't see Stelios Francis with a single lap, so I'm not sure if Stelios Francis is racing. Let's go search for him. I'll have somebody who check the broadcast volume now, so very interesting, of course. We're now seeing Niels Vos going out for a lap. Oh, or maybe not. Hearing that the volume is still a bit too high, so we're going to change it again. And I asked my unknown friend if it's better now. I was still following Niels Vos, of course, in his Beunhaas Megane car. Now he's a bit onto the grass. Of course, that's a line you can take, but of course not the ideal racing line. But yeah, if you like green, then you should go there and here. But of course, you want to stay on the the grey part a lot, of course. Oh, we've got a little bit of a spinner. Who's that? Who's that? One of the racing team Scotland cars? Well, I hear it's nearly perfect the sound, so we're going to change it a little bit more. And we are trying it again. And now it should be nearly perfect. So yes, you see Niels Vos now doing a pit stop, and of course I'm doing everything in this warm-up session, so I'm not taking much attention, of course, but of course we will do in the race. And we're waiting for a co-commentator to join, and I believe he is on his way.
Well, in fact, I'm already here.
Oh wow, you're fast.
Yeah, I wish I was this fast on track.
Yeah.
In that case I would be driving, but yeah, I guess I'm better off here.
Yes, of course. everybody has got its qualities. That's why we're sitting here, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the other guys are on track, and let's hope they make a fun evening tonight.
Let's hope that.
I see. I just arrived in time for the race, so that's good to see.
Yeah, you're just on time, and yeah, very interesting qualifier, of course, with Mr. Erhan Jadowski on pole again, with I believe Matthew Williams in P2, with Jason Muscat in P3 if I'm not mistaken, and Roy Scotland in P4. And it's quite interesting, Wopke, because well, yeah, you see the 3 championship yeah, leaders, or the 3 that I think will going for the championship, Mr. Muscat, Mr. Williams and Mr. Schoten. And you've got that guy from Macedonia, and he's saying, well, yeah, you're doing good all 3, but yeah, if I did the whole season, I would have been in the hunt as well. What do you think about that, Wopke?
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry, I'm not paying full attention yet.
Okay, well,
but yeah, I think that it's definitely going to be interesting to have all the championship contenders together. Yeah, but of course, yeah, Aaron will take a lot more risk, I guess, because he isn't fighting for the championship. So if they try to attack him for the win, then I'm not sure if that's what you said, but but I think that's an interesting part, that he can take a lot more risk because he doesn't have the championship to think about, and the others do have the championship to think about.
Yes, but consistently, well, not that consistently, but I believe it's not the first time he gets pole, and he steals that away from the other 3 who are, yeah, of course, massively skilled as well. And yeah, I believe that says something that, yeah, Aaron is well, pretty decent, if I can say that. So yeah, but yeah, for all it will be a very interesting fight today. I believe you've got a lot of people that can win, and of course pit strategy will be massively important, and we will see if pitting early, pitting late, yeah, what will be the key. Do you have any idea what will be the key? What do you think? Because I saw you drive these cars in one of the practice sessions to get a little bit of an idea, yeah, of the track and the conditions out there. You have any idea what the ultimate strategy will be?
Ultimate strategy in terms of pit stops, I think it's simply going to be one stop, but yeah, especially with the pit lane being very long, so you don't want to waste too much time there. And let's see, I think yeah, just pace wise, I think you need to be consistent, not make any mistakes. This track is quite hard, and there's a lot of corners where you have the gravel traps right next to it, so you could lose a lot of time there. And it's also, yeah, it's not the widest track on the calendar, I think, even though it's quite long. It's not the widest track I've ever seen, and I believe we raced there last year as well, which saw a massive collision in the first corner, so because someone braked too late. So yeah, there could be a lot of chaos here, so you need to make sure that you stay out of it.
Yeah, I agreed on that, but what I was wondering as well, what do you think is better, a early pit stop, or a halfway pit stop, or a late pit stop? What do you reckon?
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Well, it really depends on your position in the race, doesn't it? I think if you're stuck behind someone, then you need to choose. Then you need to choose an early pit stop or a late pit stop. I think normally just pitting somewhere around the middle will be good, but if you're behind someone, especially if you're behind someone, then it should be very interesting to see what you do, and also the person in front, then how he reacts, or if he chooses to go first. Yeah, so that's the main point, I think. And because if you go early, of course you need to come out in clean air, so I think most people will try to extend their pit stop until the latest moment possible, especially the guys at the front.
Agreed on that, yes. Well, we're just moving to the race session in a few seconds, I believe, or we had a restart of the warm-up. Can you see that?
Yes, Yes, it's correct. Dan Hutt is rejoining, so he had an error, so they gave him some time to rejoin. That's good.
Oh, that's actually very good, yeah.
And yeah, I think he'll be in soon, and then we can go.
That's at least what we hope to, of course. Well, I have got a little bit of problems with the broadcast TV feed, so you need to help me a bit out with this, because yeah, it doesn't show which driver we're currently viewing, and it's a bit too late to of course fix it. But yeah, with 2 pair of eyes, then we can help, of course, all you thousands at home. We can say what's happening and who's this currently we're watching. So yeah.
All these thousands at home.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
It is something you stay at home for on the Monday evening. I mean, yeah. And it's very important. Yeah, if you have driven in this championship, of course, yeah. This is something you can be very proud of.
All non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Well, so we're getting ready to go to the grid.
Well, I have also a little bit of problems with the game at the moment. Like we sometimes lose a bit of yeah, of footage, but yeah, hopefully it will not be too bad. Actually, I don't think it will be too bad, because yeah, I don't want it to be that bad, of course.
Yeah, of course, we hope for the best broadcast possible here.
Yeah, well, I had a reinstall of Air Factor last week, and I thought everything was quite okay, but yeah, it's still having yeah, a little bit of unscheduled problems. But yeah, I think the quality is still really good, so we hope for the best. And of course, commentary wise, we have a lot of quality also in here. So yeah, we're now waiting for everybody to stand in the on the grid positions, and then you can do the grid, Wopke.
Yes, okay, so we're on the way now for the formation lap with, as you said, Aaron Jajowski on pole. Let's see what he can do. As you said, very good in my opinion as well, very good. And I'm sure that he would have been, as he almost goes off there, he would have been in for the championship if he drove all rounds, but he didn't, of course, so he's not in there, and now he's just fighting for the wins. Within second place, the championship leader, Matthew Williams. And third place is Jason Muscat, and fourth place is Roy Scruton, so the second row is for the rivals. Then in fifth place we have Roy Verzal with Niranjan Kumar in sixth place, and then in seventh place it's Wesley Stefanos. So we have Racing Team Scruton, Performance, Racing Team Scruton, Performance there, so that will be an interesting team battle.
Yes.
Then in eighth place we have Peter Jones.
Woo! Oh, sorry.
And yeah, he's one of your drivers, of course, together with second place Matthew Williams. So that's 3 teams altogether, actually, and that's quite interesting. With or actually 4 teams, so 4 teams make up the 4 rows there. So that's actually quite interesting. Then I have to say, very good qualifying from Garrett de Vries in P9, and Joshua Penny in P10, with Mark Fuller also quite good in my opinion in P11, with Eric Stanford also in P12, and Dan Hutt then in P13, Fabian Rudde in P14, Roland Hutt is in P15, and then we have Marcel Boer in 16, with Niels Vos right behind him in P17, and that will be an interesting battle between these two, with Rien Hoekstra just behind him, the old veteran, of course. Well, at least he's old, he's not a veteran in sim racing yet, but he's in P18, and then we have the last row for Theodoros Eziroglu and Ryan Nash rounding out the grid. And we still have a bit to go because it's quite a long lap.
Yeah, we saw Mr. Stelios Francis in the server, but he didn't turn a lap, so hopefully we will see Stelios Francis, who is actually a pretty decent sim racing driver, into the next round, and then I hope he can provide us with awesome battling. But yeah, of course, yeah, we're currently looking at Imola, and it will be very interesting, of course, because yeah, this is a pretty nice circuit. Of course, after they changed a bit the layout of the last corner, and with the new pitch straight, of course, a little bit has changed, and yeah, of course, we don't use the old Tamburelli anymore, but yeah, we've got the new Tamburello, so it's a pretty changed circuit, but of course, still it's a circuit with a lot of yeah, history, and we're going to add, or the guys are going to add another chapter in this history of this great track, the track Enzo Edino Ferrari. So we're currently waiting for the last one to line up. We're waiting for.
He is already lined up, so yeah, there the lights come. And they're off.
It's the good start from Mr. Jajowski. Good, but I think Muscat is good. Muscat got his
bad start from the second row, or Williams, because even Roy Scruton.
Roy Scruton goes off.
Yeah, he got hit by Roy Versal, I think, from the rear, and he is off now. Yeah, but he came back in third position. I'm not sure if that's completely fair, but they will definitely look into that after the race, of course. But yeah, he got hit off, so not much he could do there. As Matthew Williams just stays ahead of Wesley Stefano there, with Roy Versal now back in P6, so he lost quite a bit of time there, even though he looked like he was going very fast off the line. And let's see if everyone made it through. No, it seems like Fabian Rudde has lost the car, and also Eric Stanford, so maybe they came together.
So I believe it's still Aaron Jajowski, number 7, is still leading, so it's Jajowski and then it's Muscat. It's a Malta Force 1-2. That's how the team principal Jason Muscat wants to see it. I mean, he's ahead of all his championship rivals, and the one that's not going for the championship is leading the race, so Jason Muscat doesn't care, I think. Of course he wants to win the race, but
of course, yeah, his teammate is leading now, so of course it's still lap 1, so it's a bit of a long shot, but maybe we will see team orders later in the race. I mean,
well, we've got both the performance cars battling, and it's still, I believe, is Roy Versal leading? No, it's Wesley leading, and Roy is behind it.
And look at this, I'm not sure if he did that legally, but Niels Vos is up to P11, so that's really good from him. He started, I think, P17, so he made up 6 positions just from the start. Really good. Yeah,
I mean, we should give this guy a break. He's got so a lot of bad luck, but of course he's got having a lot of skill. And
now there's a battle behind them. Mark Fuller tries to take 2 of them, and he pushes Niels Vos off. And yeah, behind there's a crash as well. Theodoros Aziroglu is off the track. I'm gonna watch a replay of that. Oh, there's chaos already. Yeah. Roland Hood tried to go for the inside of Theodoros, but Theodoros went in. I think it was very optimistic, maybe, but also maybe Theodoros should have seen it. So yeah, racing incident we shall say for now. And let's see, Marcel Boer was off as well, so he's in P18. And yeah, so now I think everyone is back on track. At least we have no retirements.
No, luckily we don't have any retirements as of now, so very hectic first few laps. But yeah, of course that's part of the excitement, also for everybody who's now watching at home.
Yeah,
well, Matthew Williams is getting closer to Roy Scruton.
Yeah, is he gonna try it here? Ooh, he's having a look, but maybe just trying to catch Roy Scruton off guard.
Of course, it's a thin balance because yeah, you want to pass the guy you're battling in the championship, but you want to do it on a fair way, and of course you want to be on the edge of what you can be as well. But yeah, here we see Mr. Williams coming. He's got a lot more speed. He's trying to get the inside. No, he needs to go outside. He will brake later. No, he will brake earlier. Okay, so good cornering speed. But yeah, I think we can say one thing is that both the Motorsport cars are looking pretty decent, and they're actually pulling away from Mr. Roy Scruton and Mr. Williams.
Yeah, I think it saves them time that they don't have to defend from each other really.
Yeah.
And look at this, Wesley Stefano behind as well. Ooh, that's a late dive from Williams. And yeah, this is a three-way battle now with Wesley Stefano also very close behind. And
Roy Versal still following numbers 3, 4 and 5.
Yes, with Kumar still very close as well. I think there's not really that big gaps yet because we're still early in the race. But yeah, these three, I mean, 3, 4, and 5, they are really close together.
Well, we've got a battle. I believe Niels Vos and Dan Hood are pretty close as well.
Yeah, Dan Hood just got past Niels Vos because Niels Vos was ahead. But yeah, unfortunately, he lost the position.
Well, of course, I think Niels won't matter if it's really a clean move and a cool overtake. Niels also likes that. I mean, if you can race really fair, then Niels Vos is a quite happy man. Of course, he wants to be the one that passes people, but of course, not always the case for him, of course. But,
yeah, it's I guess there's nobody that's always passing the people. Everyone gets past sometimes in their life. So.
But we're now on board with Wesley Stefano, and we're looking at Scholten and Williams.
They all
a pretty big battle.
Pushing. Yeah.
Oh,
braking a bit earlier.
Braking. Look at the braking, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but also look at Williams. He braked a bit earlier, and he got a better line. So now he has the exit speed. But and the next corner is pretty difficult to overtake. He's gonna try it though. No, he's thinking better of it. I think, difficult corner.
Yeah, Matthew Williams should watch it a bit because if he's going to attack too much, if he puts too much pressure in, it can give a result that he's got a bad exit, and then Mr. Wesley Stefano is going to say, "Hey, I got your slipstream and I'm going for a move." So
yeah, but look at this, P6 and P7, they are also very close as Wesley goes wide. Is he gonna let Roy Versal through, his teammate? No, he isn't. He doesn't lose that much time.
Well, I have a bit of a feeling that Roy Versal might be in for a even better result, because I have got a feeling Roy Versal today will take a bit of risk in the during the pit stop sequence. Maybe he's going to pit earlier or later, but I think Roy Versal is planning something. If he can stay around numbers 3, 4, and 5, I think he might be risking it a bit with a nice strategy. But of course, we still have to wait on it. While we see Wesley Stefano still making a little bit of a error coming the long straight.
Yeah, well, Williams has a good run again, so he's gonna try it again, I guess. He's trying to look on the inside, but he can't because the inside is fully blocked. So he's gonna try it. No, there's not enough room.
Actually, this is an awesome battle, of course. Of course, Williams wants to get past, but Roy Scholten for now does everything right, and it's actually amazing to see. While Wesley drops a little bit.
Actually, he lost the position.
It's Roy.
Roy Versal now is ahead of Wesley, so I think he made. Roy Versal got the run on Wesley, and Wesley let him by. He didn't put up too much of a fight, and I think since they're teammates, that's the right way to do it.
And we've got Mr. Naranjan Kumar also in this group, so actually, we've got a great train, and actually, I like this group a bit more than the Malta first that are leading, but of course they're doing a great job. And it's still Mr. Aaron Jajovski leading, but Jason Muskin can follow pretty good. What I wonder is, are they going to push full now, both the Malta Force, or are they thinking like, oh, we've got a little bit of a gap now, are we not pushing that hard so we can extend maybe the pit stop sequence with one lap, or what do you think they will do? Will they go nearly on 100%?
That's a difficult question, I think. As I just saw that Kumar made a small mistake, he dropped off the back, but I mean, of course you want to get away as far as you can, because you could always lose time by something. I mean, if something happens in front of you, you have to brake. It could all cost you a lot of time, and that's a shame. So, and also I think it's quite difficult not to push at the hardest you can. As Williams is going for the outside again, and he's alongside. He's braking. Ooh, just about right. Yeah, Roy Scholten very good under the brakes, and he keeps the position. I almost thought he was going into Williams, but he managed it nicely.
Yeah, but don't forget those guys have skill, so they know what to do.
Yeah, I seem to forget that sometimes. Maybe I watched myself too much.
Yeah, well. But yeah, they've got so much skill. I mean, Roy Colton knows when he's got bumped, he can just go straight ahead to the gravel trap, and he instantly thinks about an attack later. Well, we've got a mistake from Mr. Verzal, and now we've got Mr. Wesley. But Wesley is not being over aggressive. He is waiting. He's waiting for it. Oh, well, we've got somebody off. It's Verzal. It's going off, and he's losing 2 positions. Ooh.
Yeah, he's to the back of this group. At least he's lucky that there's a gap to the next guys, to Peter Jones in P8.
Peter Jones is actually doing quite a good job. He will be happy. And is that his brother behind him?
Yes, it is, in the CM Tech car. Of course, these two are brothers, and they are also into teams that we know very well. Because one is driving for you and the other is driving for me. So very interesting there. Who will come out on top? Yeah, but for now it's Peter Jones. But
actually, if I'm looking at the race, I'm not thinking about my team Adonis. I'm just watching it as a commentator and a fan of every team, of course. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, same here. But of course, after the race, you will be happy with the result.
Yeah, of course. But my main thing, I'm fine.
Actually, they are alongside now. And ooh, yeah, that goes right. Of course, these two will have a lot of respect for each other, so that's always good to see. And we know that they can battle very, very well. As actually Williams got past Scroton in the meantime, so we focused a bit too much on that. And yeah, it was a move on the straight. I think actually, yeah, Roy Scroton lost a bit of speed out of the corner, and Williams got alongside early and at the inside for the first corner.
I think that was a bit waiting to happen, unfortunately for Roy. He saw Williams was that bit quicker, and yeah, then if you are Roy Scott, you need to nail every exit onto a big straight, of course, and yeah.
Yeah, now it's going to be interesting to see Williams' pace compared to Muscat.
Yeah, that's very true. But of course, Muscat has a bit of a buffer that's called Erhan Jadowski, of course.
Yes, that's true.
And I think I'm not sure if we will see the driver Team Morris, but I think they don't need that for now. But yeah, of course, it's still a buffer, and we now completed, I believe, 8 laps of the race. I mean 7 laps. So yes, so it's still Mr. Rayovsky leading, and then Mr. Muscat. So actually it's Macedonia in front of Malta. Oh, never expected to say that. And then we've got England, then we've got the Netherlands, the Netherlands again. Oh, well, we've got a mistake from Verzal. Verzal's battling with Mr. Kumar, yes. That's our flying Indian.
As Kumar almost goes off now, but he saves that very nicely. Behind those guys we of course have still the battle between Jones and Penny. And Garrett de Vries is closing up to them now. Of course, Garrett also showed good pace in the qualifying, so it's good to see that he's there and in the race as well.
Yeah, and of course Mark Fuller in P11. Mark Fuller also one of the older sim racers, but yeah, he still has a lot of respect around his Megane paddock, and of course he's doing a great job.
There's gonna be a battle for P13 with Eric Stanford and Niels Vos. In a difficult corner, but maybe Vos can get the run. He does get a run, but the next corner is also very difficult to overtake or to attempt to move. He's looking, but no, he can't do it. Ooh. And Stanford goes a bit wide, so maybe he can get the run again, and for the chicane it could be a good option.
Will it be a dive from Niels Vos?
I think he will try. He's looking.
No,
he brakes in time for the corner. This allows Rink Hoekstra in P15 and Theodoros Esiroglu in P16 also to close up. And actually everyone behind, but they are a bit too far, I guess. But yeah, this could definitely be a good battle for Niels Vos, but he just goes a bit wide there, so he actually does get quite a good run. So,
but yeah, is it enough? Oh, he's too far away, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just too far away. He's not pulling in enough.
Let's see how fast we are going. Yes, we're nearly hitting the 250 kilometers an hour. That's quite fast for this Megane, of course.
Yeah, of course, these cars, they look like normal cars that you could actually drive on on the road, almost. Of course, they are a bit tuned.
Yeah, those Meganes are actually on steroids, and yeah.
Yeah, and interestingly, I just noticed that Matthew Williams, is still losing time to Multiforce, both of them. So that's good to see. For Multiforce at least, that they are still gaining time even though Matthew Williams got passed. So yeah, the question will be how long can they keep it up, I think.
Oh, well, it's getting a closer battle between the Jones, Mr. Penny, and yeah, the rest. Well, I see Joshua Penny is getting a great run on his brother.
Is he gonna try though?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Oh, late move.
Late move.
That's a difficult corner.
Oh.
And I knew that was coming because in that corner you're going downhill and it's very difficult to time your braking when you're braking on the inside. And now Garrett de Vries has a good run on Peter Jones. Look at this.
I think is this age and experience from Garrett de Vries that shows, and a bit of brotherly fight between the brothers. That I want to be ahead. That they. Well, Joshua pushed it a little bit too much. Oh, and they hit each other.
Oh, Roy Versal was off as well. I just saw some gravel. I think he missed the first chicane. Oh no, that's someone else actually. There's a back marker in the gravel. I think it's Marcel Boer. But yeah, Roy Versal loses it on his own, and Kumar hits him. Kumar going off slightly as well. But yeah, also what you said, Garrett de Vries then, he lost a few positions.
But he had an incident. What happened there? Was that a mistake from one of the drivers, or was it just yeah, a little bit unlucky?
I think Garrett turned in too early himself, I guess, because I think he didn't notice that Peter Jones was still partially alongside. I think that's what happened, but I'm not sure. But yeah, whatever happened, I think very unfortunate for Garrett that he yeah, lost a few positions and now he has to do it all over again. And the first one ahead of him is his teammate. So as I'm pressing all kinds of buttons, but not the right ones. I mean, when we see Niels Vos actually lost the position to Menno Klont Wopke Hoekstra as well.
Well, let's see both the Multiforce.
Look at this, Roy Versal's in the pits. And Roy Scroton as well, and Matthew Williams as well, actually.
Oh. It's getting funny now. So Scroton, Williams, of course, Williams should be the one, first one that can drive away. Yes, Williams is gone.
Yeah, Scroton as well, but of course these two were quite close behind each other, and they still are, as it seems. As Rudd is in as well, so but he's from P17. So
interesting where they come out.
Niels Vos and Theodoros Eziroglu are off, and Menno Klont Wopke takes the positions.
That was quite funny for Rink. I think.
Yeah, these two guys, they were battling into the first chicane, and they just.
Jumping for. Yeah. It's a great battle actually. Oh, they hit each other a bit. Oh.
Of course, this is not a battle for the top positions, but still a bit of bumping and close racing. And I guess that both of these guys will enjoy each other as long as they let each other live. And look at this Matthew Williams. He's right behind them, so what can he do? I mean, he needs to make his way through as quickly as possible, but he shouldn't crash with them.
Is this a good thing for Mr. Oh, he's got a bit lucky, Mr. Williams.
Yeah, as he almost gets pushed off though. by Eziroglu, so he's getting in front of him. Eziroglu is trying on the inside. Oh, he pushes Williams. Oh, he pushes Williams off. And in my opinion, I think. Well, of course, we have to see it again, but I think that was a bit optimistic from Eziroglu. Especially, he should have known that Williams is on fresh tires.
Yeah. And of course, I think this is the mistake from Mr. Eziroglu, because he already pitted. Of course, you are allowed to fight when you're for a position, but of course this is destroying Williams' chances, and of course we don't want it. And now we see Theodore's in the pit, so
a lot of people in the pits actually. Wesley Stefano, Niranjan Kumar was in as well, Peter Jones, and Joshua Penny and Dan Hutt as well. So Jones and Penny as well together, but let's see. It looks like somehow Peter Jones made a lot better pit stop because he's quite far ahead.
That's of course pretty good, and we now have Aaron Jajovsky still leading, so Jason Muscat went in.
Yeah, okay, Jason Muscat has been in as well, yeah. Let's look at the gaps now. There's quite a gap to Jason Muscat, 6 seconds. So actually he didn't gain or lose anything. But Matthew Williams, of course, is now a few seconds behind Roy Scruton and Wesley Stefano. Aaron Jajovsky is in the pits as well, and that means that possibly Garrett De Vries is going to be leading the race if he doesn't pit.
I guess so, unless his teammate is getting a run on him. Oh, this will be very interesting. Who will lead the race?
Who goes in? Does anyone? They don't go in, both of them.
So we've got a 1-2 for the team.
Yeah, yes. For ST Racing. Yeah, it looks like it, and it definitely is. And so they can say they led one.
Will Muscat? Will he jump? Will he jump Jajovsky? Interesting.
Jajovsky is leaving the pits now. And I think he just enough.
No, Jason has a lot of top speed.
Run. Yes.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! He does it! He does it! And Muscat takes the lead after the pit stops. This was, of course, what you wanted to see as as a fan of Jason Muscat. But yeah, you see, there was no team orders. It was just like a great outlap from Mr. Jason Muscat. It was just enough for him to. Jump by Aaron Jajovsky. And of course, this is even better for the chances of the championship for Mr. Muscat.
Yeah, of course, this is exactly what he needed. And of course, with Matthew Williams being pushed off the track as well into a spin and losing 2 positions. And Jason himself gaining 1, he's doing everything he can, and he is basically, theoretically, leading the race now. With only Garrett De Vries and Mark Fuller ahead. Well,
we've got a battle, Eric Stanford. Yeah, Eric Stanford is now battling, of course, with Aaron Jajovsky as well, but Eric Stanford, he's a bit more sensible than Theodore is.
Yeah, in this case he definitely is, so he lets him through. And, well, he lets him through, he still put up a fight, but
we will be in, and we've got Garrett De Vries in, so he's in for the pit stop, of course. Well, will he come out?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting where he will come out. Let's see, we have some other.
Mr. Stanford is going in as well.
So I think then the only guy left to pit is Mark Fuller. Yeah, that should be right. So let's see where Garrett De Vries comes out.
Well, we've got a run from Wesley Stefano. I believe this is on Roy Scruton. It's a run from Wesley. Wesley is going to be very fast. Can he do it? Can he do it from the outside? No, he can't. And this is something. Well, this is what Matthew Williams needed after the spin, of course, when he hit Theodoris, of course. If he wants to get on that P3, he had. Before the stops, he needs to be in this position or close to Wesley and Roy. So he's still not out of the podium spots, but we shall see what will happen.
He was lucky to be able to recover the car very quickly, and I think he only lost a few seconds, so that's good for him. And of course, yeah, as you said, he is catching up to these two guys now as they are fighting, and yeah, of course, getting close to them is one thing and getting past is another, as you know. But yeah, to pass them, of course, he also needs to be close to them, so it's going to be very interesting, as Roy Verzal is now in P9 behind Peter Jones, so he lost some time maybe in the pit stops, but I think actually because he made a mistake.
Is he in P9? Like,
yeah, in P9.
Well, we've got a bit of a battle between Wesley and Mr. Roy Schouten. Like, now you see somebody like Wesley Stefano, who's not a championship runner, but he still, of course, has a lot of talent, and he, yeah, wants to pass Mr. Schouten. And with the slipstream, he can. Of course, Schouten will, I believe, cover the left lane. Yeah, but Wesley Stefano has got a lot of extra speed. He should do it now. Can he do it?
Yeah, he should.
Oh,
Schouten.
Well, they try, and what nice a move! What a move! And a pass, and now look at Williams, look at Williams. He knows this is his chance. He needs to attack Schouten now. Goes to the right side while Schouten goes to the left side. This is wheel against wheel.
Oh, Schouten almost pushes Williams off, but both of them keep it on the track.
And Wesley Stefano is, of course, the big winner in this, but what a move.
Yeah. As Williams is looking on the inside there for a late dive. I think you can surprise a couple of people there if you do it right. But he was just too far away now.
We've got most of the Multiforce pretty close as well, but it's still Jason Muscat leading, and then Mr. Aaron Jajowski. So interesting. But they are a long way ahead, of course, from Wesley Stefano. While Mr. Who's that? That's of course our Indian guy, Mr. Niranjan Kumar. Actually is doing really okay as well. While we see, yeah, Roy Verzal just passed Joshua Penny. I believe it was Joshua Penny. Yes.
Yes, it is.
They're quite close as well.
And Mark Fuller is finally in, so Jason Muscat is back in the lead, but Aaron Jajowski is closing in and he's having a run. But the question now is, will he do anything? Because of course we know Jason Muscat is fighting for the championship, but of course Aaron Jajowski is a racer and he wants to win. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, as Matthew Williams has a run on Roy Schouten. Braking earlier. Yeah, Roy Schouten goes a little bit wide. This is what he was hoping for, but he can't get the run, unfortunately. Since of course it's a chicane, so yeah, quite difficult to immediately get him there, as Roy Schouten was blocking the apex. Joshua Penny seems to be in the pits, maybe for a drive-through penalty. Yes, it looks like a drive-through. Yeah, he's back out now.
Ooh, it's costly.
Into P14, I think. Yes, because Ryan Nash is still quite far away. He's behind his teammate now. Rink Hoekstra, and also Eric Stamford is between them.
Well, I've got a car standing. It's Marcel Boer. What's happened to Marcel Boer?
He looks to be in the gravel trap. I think that's his race over. As Theodoros Eziroglu is also in for a second pit stop. He might have a drive-through as well.
No.
Or no, it looks even like a stop-go. So that cost him a lot of time. Or maybe he's just repairing the car. That could also be the case.
Unfortunately, we can't see.
Well, I did just see that he had a penalty, and it looks like actually Joshua Penny has one as well. Again. So I'm not sure if it's again or if it's just simply one. And also Matthew Williams has one, so let's see. I think they are for cutting, because the cut track rules are quite close to the track limits, and it's very easy to make a small mistake.
Okay, very interesting, of course, and yeah, so bad for Mr. Williams then, if he's got one.
No, the penalties were removed, as we saw. Roy Versal removed them from himself earlier, as he is one of the admins, of course, so he is able to do that. So yeah, of course, but these incidents then will be investigated after the race, of course, since we can't just remove penalties and not look into it. But
well, we got quite a good battle for, of course, P4. While we see Neon Kumar getting closer and closer, and did he save his tires? Late braking for Matthew Williams, and doesn't he yeah, smoke up his tires then? We still have around 6 laps to go. And of course you want to use everything from your tires, but of course not over the limit. Well, we've got Wopke again with a bit of a run. What is the top speed they getting? 240, 245, 248, 250, 252. That multiforce is like a bullet while Jason Muscat goes off. He feels the pressure and yeah, instantly went off. So yeah, that's the worst part of having a teammate that is pretty quick. He's doing everything to push you into the win, but also into a mistake.
Yeah, well, but these guys, I'm of course, Aaron will overtake Jason if he doesn't push hard enough. But these guys have a big lead of 9.5 seconds over the Wesley Stefano, so they need to be careful that they don't waste it, because that's the only risk they have at the moment.
Well, Peter Jones is still in P7, actually, of course, pretty good. And Roy Versal is in P8, so that, yeah, you've got 4 teams, yeah, covering the first 8 riders. Then we now have on P9, it's still Mark Fuller. Mark Fuller is driving a really good race. And Dan Hutt, of course, again in P10. I believe he got a lot of pole positions, I believe, already, and if he gets this position, it will be very good for him.
Yeah, he will be very happy with that, of course. He's one of the experienced guys there, as yeah, he is very good at finishing P10 in the first race, I guess. And
Aaron is already having another yeah, run on Jason Muscat. Look at the top speed. Yeah, but he's not doing it. He's not doing it. You feel it. You can feel his throttle. He's not going for a stupid dive. So he might wants to pass, but if he wants to do it, he wants to do a very clear yeah, path. So I think. Yeah,
I think the only option is if Jason makes some mistakes, or if he's already like past him on the straight. That's actually Aaron is now the one making a small error.
Oh, and Mr. Matthew Williams is pushing Roy Scholten towards Mr. Stefano. Wow.
Look at this, he's gonna try it here.
He's going to try it.
And Roy Scholten knew it, so he was taking the inside, as he knew that Williams could try that dive there. But he blocked the inside nicely. And Kumar is now also close behind these guys, so
this is, of course,
this will be interesting.
They're so close. But you see,
yeah, almost pushing each other.
Yeah. You see, Williams is looking every time at the exit of corners. Like, now I'm going to take more speed out of the corner. Maybe I can pass Roy Scholten at the end of the straight. But yeah, for now it's not working.
Yeah, will he try it here though? He's looking.
No,
but he's sensible. Of course he wants to get past, but he also knows that he doesn't want to ram someone off the track.
Like what's happened with him, of course. But you see...
Yeah, of course, and then it's very good that he's keeping calm and not making the same types of dives.
Oh, but yeah, of course Scholten saw. But of course now we will go to another big straight. And Roy Scholten's exit needs to be nearly perfect if he wants to stay ahead. And yeah, for now it's again... Williams needs to pass, of course. He wants to pass. And Schouten knows if he wants to be champion, of course, he doesn't need to give a lot of points away. But of course, Williams is trying now. He needs to go to the outside. Can he do it? We're on board with Ranjan now. And yeah, we still see no overtake from Mr. Williams, but Williams has got a better exit.
No,
very
Schouten
aggressive.
almost loses it.
Oh, Schouten was too aggressive.
He does lose it. He is in the grass and he loses 2 positions. So that's what actually I think Williams was hoping for, is just keep pushing him until he makes mistakes, and that, that's also he doesn't need to pass him on track if the other guy makes a mistake as well. So yeah, of course he wants to pass him, but he's also just pushing Schouten to the limit and maybe over it, and that's exactly what happened here. And now Williams can chase after Stefano, who's in P3.
Well, yeah, I guess if he can get Stefano, I only have a few laps to go. Of course, then the spin, of course, is being he didn't
undone.
lose anything, undone actually. So
or actually, you could say maybe he could have closed up to the other guys in P1 and 2. But
of course,
we will never know. But at least he will be in P3 again. But for now, he's in P4, and that's still very good, but not good enough for him.
No, because what's the championship difference now between the top 3 drivers?
Let's see. I'll quickly look that up for you. Okay, wait a second. One doesn't have the latest results in. So it takes a while to load, but
we've got time.
Still got a few laps.
Yeah. Actually, can we say that Wesley Stefano is a bit like the Sergio Perez of the Megane series this season? Like, I mean, he's pretty good, of course, all round, but yeah, it doesn't have the best car. But no, of course, he's got a really great car. But I think, you can, say he's a bit like Perez. I think because he's got a aggressive but nice driving style, like most of the guys. Because even in those Megane cars, you need to be aggressive when turning. That's what is being asked as drive style, driving style. Well, we've got the Multiforce really close, and Muscat is not getting any presents or gifts from his teammate. He needs to fight for it very hard, but of course that's what he's good at. And it looks like Jason Muscat got a second how you say it, second briefing. Like when he won at the Norris Ring, something changed, I think. And now he's starting to believe he can get the championship again, and he's driving maybe stronger than ever. Well, we've got overtake from Jajewski. No, he's not doing it, but it shows as
Muscat has a bad exit. Maybe he can try it here. He's getting alongside. Is he gonna try it? No, he pulls back in. I think of course that corner is very difficult. So currently I have the standings now. Matthew Williams is leading with 224 points, and then 6 points behind is Roy Scruton, and Jason Muscat is 17 points behind Matthew Williams. And it's also important to say that Jason Muscat has 8 points to spare, so if he, for example, misses a round, he will still get 8 points, and Matthew Williams has 5, and Roy Scruton has 0.
Oh, interesting.
So, if Roy Scruton scores 0 points, he will get 0, and Muscat still has 8, and Matthew Williams has 5, so that could also come into play.
We got somebody in pits. Who's that? Is this Eric Stanford in the pits?
Yes, it is Eric Stanford.
Oh, will he drop out of the points? I fear so.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he is in the pits. Maybe it was a stop-go, or maybe it was another pit stop because the tires didn't last. But let's
got
see,
another run
P17
from Mr. Aaron Jajowski. I think, of course, those are teammates, so I'm not sure if they say like you can win the race, but I think what they said is don't take, of course, a lot of risk, because yeah, you saw two Red Bulls colliding in Baku, and of course you don't want to have this, especially when well, team principal and yeah, current champion Jason Muscat can do an important another win, and well, that would be 3 in a row, I believe. Okay.
Yes, that would be, and that's the first time this season. So
would it be 3 in a row or even 4 in a row? Because
no, it will be 3 in a row, because the race before that yeah, we had a double win from Aaron Jajowski, his teammate. So
yeah, so it's would be 5 wins from Multiforce.
Yes, it would be 5 in a row for Multiforce, but yeah, who's gonna get it? That's the question. This is the final lap, actually, if you couldn't tell. So
is this the final?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Aaron Jajowski gonna try it? Are they going to go across the finish line side by side, even one in front? But who's gonna be in front? That's the question.
Well, you have a feeling Aaron was the faster driver around. Of course, the outlap of Jason Muscat was, of course, one of his big qualities, and yeah, he got Aaron by that. We're now waiting for
coming out of the last corner.
Yeah.
And, Aaron is getting, I think, a run. Yes, he is. He's actually very close behind, so this could be very close.
Who will get it? Who will get it? Who will get it?
Muscat is putting the headlines. Oh, Aaron is pushing him across the line. He's not going to try it. It's 64 thousandths of a second. And yeah, in third place it will be Wesley Stefano. Matthew Williams was not able to catch up with him, but he finished it in P4. And it's the racing team Scroton's in P5 and 6 with Kumar and Roy Scroton.
Well, we're now seeing, yeah, well, actually best of the rest, I think, for this race was Peter Jones. Actually did a great job getting good points in the back. Well, P8 is for Mark Fuller, question mark?
Yes, it is. And Roy Versel will be in P9 with Garrett de Vries and Dan Hutt. Well, still quite close, but it will be Garrett de Vries, I think. And he will get the reverse grid pole. So that's good for Garrett de Vries, and of course if he shows his pace from qualifying again, it could be very interesting.
But did it happen in the last lap then? Alright.
Yes, it must have happened in the last lap, but I think quite early on, because I saw it just a bit earlier when we were talking about the leaders. We have Rien Hoekstra in P12, then behind Dan Hutt. And Ryan Nash will be finishing in P13 with Joshua Penny in P14, and the final point will be, I think, for Fabian Rudde as he's about to cross the line. And yeah, there's still a few guys left to finish the race. Niels Vos, I think, will be P16 with Eric Stanford in P17, and Roland Hutt will be in P18 with Theodoros Eziroglu, 1 lap behind in P19, and Marcel Boer, the only retirement, in yeah, final position.
Well, we had a slight problems with the race view standings, because I saw Garrett de Vries in P11 finishing, but of course that's P10. So yeah, interesting. So you now see the well, top 20 with Marcel Boer unfortunately didn't finish. But yeah, very interesting. Muscat was, of course, from the well, the 3 guys going for the drivers' championship, the one that was in P3. So actually, this is pretty good good news for him. And I believe Williams didn't lose too much, but of course this is not what he wanted to. But yeah, of course I think he will be pretty angry with Theodoros Eziroglu. But of course we know that they are adults, and of course they will talk about this, and this will hopefully result in still having a lot of respect for each other. So that was race 1, Wopke. So
yes, and impressive performance from Multiforce there with the 1-2, and yeah, we'll be able to see in race 2 what they can do if they have to pass some people, and that's going to be very interesting, and it will be a race where Matthew Williams will be looking for revenge and for a win.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty hot in here. Of course, yeah. By compensating, you're getting it quite warm as well. But it was quite a good race. Oh, quite a good race. It was actually, yeah, pretty good. But yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have yeah, a 10-car battle for the win. But yeah, of course, we can't have everything. But it was a good race. And I'm waiting for.
Yeah, we actually saw a lot of people fighting with each other. So actually, I enjoyed the race, and a lot of battles, a lot of also action with chaos and everything involved. So yeah, let's hope the second one will be even better.
Well, we see a very happy Maltese now jumping out of the car. Yeah, we don't have the footage, but yeah. Oh, and what is he doing? Jason Muscat is going to sit on top of his Megane car. Oh, this is really funny. Oh, they even have champagne there. Oh. They have a big party already, Wopke. Do you see that?
Yes, well, I'm not sure if that's a good idea though, because they still have to race in a few minutes. So
yeah, of course, yeah.
They shouldn't drink too much. Maybe they can just spray it over their team.
Oh, and look at Wesley Stefano. Wesley Stefano is pretty happy with P3 as well. He's pretty stoked with that, and yeah, you see him waving to the Italian crowd, of course, because we're in Italy and not in San Marino. Well, some people still think we're in San Marino, but of course this is Italy. But yeah, Wesley Stefano is quite happy, and of course Aaron Jajowski is still pleased with P2. Of course he would rather have won, but he still looks like a pretty happy guy as well. Well, I believe nearly everybody is happy. Well, I see Dan Hutt a bit yeah, with his shoulders down because he lost the pole position for race 2, so he's not the most happy of drivers. So yeah, yeah, a lot of yeah, drama and cool things happening in the pit straight now. Well, I now see a really fat woman walking in the pits because yeah, you know what they say. The race isn't over until the fat lady sings. Well, yeah, we got a fat lady. Yes. So, yeah, he's going to sing at the end of race 2. And, of course, both the national anthems. But, yeah, this, of course, is very interesting. And, yeah, what's happening more then?
At the moment, actually, everyone is staying in the pits, so I'm sure they felt like they raced enough and they need a small break.
Yeah, they need, of course, they need a small break because yeah, they're working so hard for it, and yeah. So yeah, it will be very interesting what we see in race 2, of course.
Yeah, of course, with the reverse grid and Garrett de Vries on reverse grid pole position.
Yes, let's see what he can do. Of course, I fear he will not have the top lap times. He cannot produce that. What he, I believe, the top 5 of the last race could do, so he might be passed in the race. But of course, for him, we hope he can be as long as possible into a very, very good position. And yeah, if that's a podium, of course, we will cheer for him, because yeah, I personally like a little bit of surprises on the podium. Of course, that will always be good. So yeah, but we need to see what will happen in race 2. Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, by the way, you still have the League's Championship standings open, Wopke?
Yes, I do.
In which position is Mr. Jajowski now in the...
He is currently in P10, but of course with a second place that will be a lot of points, and he is catching up to... well, the guy ahead of him is actually Yuri Kastorp, who also drove for Malta Force, and yeah, I think he will pass him if he scores some points in this round. And
interesting.
Then
yeah.
there's a lot of then we have Wesley Stefano, and the likes of Joshua Penny as well, David Beranek, of course also a race winner.
Yeah, we actually missing David Beranek now, so.
Actually, what I also should mention quickly is that this is only his first podium for Wesley Stefano. Sorry, and yeah, he got 3 times P4 in this season, but no podiums yet. Even though he won, I think, 3 races last season. Yeah. So this is good for him.
That's actually very good. We actually could see that he was really happy with the podium, and yeah, it's of course great for him to see, because he's training hard for it, and yeah, he deserves, of course, everything. If you train hard and you can get results, and yeah, we as commentators are very happy, of course, for Wesley. Which he did an amazing move. Was it on Roy Sloten? I mean, that was a move that required a lot of skill, and he just he did it, and yeah, with all respects, that was a amazing move. And of course, Roy Schouten knew he shouldn't go taking too much risk with then still Matthew Williams behind him, but yeah, he Wesley was really determined to get it, and yeah, he did it in the end, and yeah, deserved the podium fully, I think. We still have a few minutes to go before we are going to race 2. What's the race distance of race 2, Wopke?
Sorry, what did you say?
What's the race distance of?
The race distance is of course half the old length, so it was 23 laps in the first race, so now it will be 12.
12?
12, yeah. 12.
Yeah, 12.
Not 11, but 12.
Yeah, 12, yes. I want to ask, is it 11 and a half? But no, it's 12.
11.
Yeah. Yeah, 11, yeah. Reminds me, I need to watch Stranger Things again, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with racing. Of course, racing is much better.
It's got a lot to do with 11, but that's only you can only know if you watch Stranger Things 11 times. But yeah, of course, that's for another time. We're now looking at Mr. Ranjan Kumar, who is doing some last minute changes. I think it will be changes in maybe on his brake balance or stuff, but yeah. Let's see both the what is it, the Malta Force already battling again. And who's the one that's leading now? Now it's I wanted to say Yuri Kastorp leading, but I mean, of course, that's Jajowski. But they're already looking at what the dirty air and slipstream can do. So now they're now battling, with a lot of risks, what they didn't do in race 1. So they're currently looking, what will we do, what will happen, where can we be ultra aggressive in race 2, because they are now coming from P9 and P10, so they need to go up, at least that is their desire, so it'll be very interesting. And how long do we have still in the session, Wopke?
We have no time left in the session, so we're about to start.
Well, Jason Muscat is making a huge error. But of course, and Aaron Jodowski is even having a better crash. Well, we saw Jason Muscat getting into the wall. Wow. This is the first one, I believe, since Senna that really went into the tire wall. But that looked really, of course, really strange. But of course, there was a bit of the server going to the race session. Of course, I will never make Ayrton Senna jokes because I'm quite a fan of Ayrton Senna, and he died here. And of course, it's sad he died here. But this is still a great track, of course, which, in my view, could still host an F1 race, but maybe in the future. We saw Paul Ricard getting back after, I believe, 25 years. So why not Imola in the future?
Yes, and of course the track has been updated quite a lot over the years, and even after the race got removed from the Formula 1 calendar, so they are still updating it, and they still have some big races on it. So
because let's be honest, see the people in the main grandstands. I mean, for a Megane race, we already have so much people. Like, I know F1 is nearly as popular as the Megane, so there will still be a lot of people for that as well. So they could definitely host a F1 race here. Then we'll have a nice race. Actually, what they also might think of doing, but I'm not sure if it still is a thing, is they wanted to half this track to make sure they could do a Formula E race, but I believe in the end didn't go through. So they thought about it, but I believe they wanted to keep it intact and not wanted to do a half a circuit with a new part. But
and we will run through the grid now.
Yes,
we're already halfway through the race.
I wanted to say that.
With Garrett de Vries on pole, with the reverse grid pole, and Roy Versdale very quick, so he will be in P2. Will be interesting. Then Mark Fuller and Peter Jones on the second row, with Roy Scruton and Niranjan Kumar following him. And then we have Matthew Williams, Wesley Stefano, Aaron Jodowski starting from the pit lane.
Interesting.
And Jason Muscat. I think Aaron Jodowski actually missed the start, and he is now in the pit lane starting there. And then we have Dan Hutt in P11, Rink Hoekstra in P12, Ryan Nash in P13 with Joshua Penny in P14 and Fabian Rudde in P15. Niels Vos then starting in P16, Eric Stanford P17, Ronald Hutt P18, and then we have Theodoros Ezuroglu in P19 with the final position for Marcel Boer. And let's see if he's able to finish the race this time. The only retirement from race 1, of course. As they are going through the final couple of corners now.
Like,
2 corners to go.
Is Marcel Boer, is he getting out of the bubble? Like, out of the bubble, I'm not new anymore, and now I want to have more results, and now he's getting a bit into that ball of not having that much experience, and still getting into situations where he doesn't know how to get out to.
That's not sure. I think, of course, he has a lot to learn, but I think we just saw him. Well, at least we saw him in the gravel, and he was just standing there. So I'm not sure how he got there, of course, but I guess he just made a mistake. He's trying to go quicker and quicker, and sometimes you push it too far. But he's on the grid, and everyone's on the grid, I think. So the lights are coming on.
We're on board with Mark Fuller, who is having the best start. This will be a good chance for Roy Versdale, of course, to get a good result, but the best start is from Garrett de Vries, I think. And Mark Fuller is good away, but I don't see a lot of changes. Well, I see Matthew Williams going around the outside to P4, closing the door for, I believe it's
No, that's not Matthew Williams, that's Peter Jones.
That's Peter Jones,
Matthew Williams is in P8.
Sorry, my mistake.
The guys, they are really fighting hard in P7, 8, 9 and 10. Or, well, 6, 7, 8 and 9 actually, sorry. And Matthew Williams is looking to get a position back from Wesley Stefano because he lost that position at the start. So that's not the way he wanted it to go. But at least he's still ahead of Jason Muscat. And I think...
Ranjijowski is now driving away just now. So that's a huge...
He's already almost a minute behind, I think, because the first sector is really long.
Well, we're currently on board with Marcel Boer, who's now seeing a lot of cars in front of him. Of course, that's why if you're second to last. But yeah, this is the feeling Marcel Boer has. He's actually racing again. He sees everybody.
Look at this. Roy Scroton for P4. Yes, he gets it from Peter Jones. Nice move, and already having a run. Roy Verzel has a run on Garrett de Vries as well for P1.
Yeah.
And he tries it on the inside. So he pushes Garrett a little bit, but yeah, it just makes it inside the track limits, I think.
Yeah.
And he's in P1 now, and this is what he needed to get away from the other guys. But Garrett, of course, still has to run. And in P4, it's Roy Scroton having to run on Mark Fuller. So also look at that.
Yeah, is my question, did Roy Verzel win a race earlier this season?
I will quickly look that up. Roy Verzel did not win yet. He got a second place and a third place. So,
yes. And I believe that's why he was that determined to at least get past.
Look at this,
Garrett.
Roy Scroton.
Yeah.
On the inside of Mark Fuller. And he's already in third place, so he could be the one to spoil the party for Roy Verzel.
Well, we've got Peter Jones pretty close to, is it Mark Fuller?
Yes, Mark Fuller as well. Yeah, he's almost trying to take him as well, but he can't do it around the outside there. Actually, I think we lost Niranjan Kumar. He's in P11.
Well, we've got an attack from Peter Jones, but not yet. He's pushing like crazy, but we like that. And now
of course, he knows all the quick guys are behind him, and he knows he's maybe a bit faster than Mark Fuller, so he wants to get past there. And yeah, of course, Wesley Stefano is already behind him. So
yes. Well, we're currently aboard with well, Kumar is still driving, and I believe we're now on board with just your Penny following Kumar, if I'm correct. They're fighting really hard.
Yes, let's see. Yes, that's Joshua Penny, yeah. Ring Hoekstra, we also lost Ring Hoekstra. He's out of the race. See if we can find what happened really quickly, but not sure.
Well, Roy Verzel is checking out. He says, "Hey, goodbye."
Oh yeah, there's a crash on the straight. It's I think
we've got a four-way slipstream with both of the 800 cars and a car from Performance.
Yes, that's Wesley Stefano in there, and Mark Fuller leading the pack still, with Matthew Williams behind Peter Jones now. So Peter Jones got passed by.
But Peter Jones, I think, will not take a lot of risk.
No, he's letting him go.
Yes.
A good,
very sensible. Well, we've got somebody running wild. I believe that's Mark Fuller.
Garrett de Vries.
Garrett de Vries, actually.
Yeah, and Roy Scroton now in P2. So this is bad news for Roy Verzel. But it's now a Roy 1-2.
Yeah, we shall see what will happen, of course. Well, we have Wesley Stefano really close to Mark Fuller.
Yes, and he has him on the switchback.
A lot of risk. But yeah, of course, he's trying again, Fuller, but Wesley closes the door. That could have been going horribly wrong. But yeah, they've...
Matthew Williams already on the back. Is he gonna try it here? Is anyone gonna try it here, of course? No, he isn't. And I think that's the best way to do it, is to wait a little bit. Be patient. I think Matthew Williams also knows, of course, that Roy Scroton is ahead of him, but he also knows that Jason Muscat at least is still behind him. And
well, yeah, Jason Muscat is getting close to Peter Jones, so now Peter Jones needs to play the team game. Well, I believe Dan Hut is getting pretty close on Jason Muscat, so a pretty good race from Dan Hut. Well, we've got a crasher, and I believe it's a spinner. It's Mr.
Joshua Penny.
Will he lose another position because, yeah,
there's two guys coming up. Ooh. Marcel Boer is also getting past in P14.
Actually doing an overtake now. Is he in P14? Whoa! That's great for him. But yeah,
I think Eric Stanford has been to the pits as he is in P19 with Aaron Jajowski, of course, in P18.
Well, we're now on lap 3 or lap 4 actually. I believe.
Look at this, the battle for P13 with.
Oh, but we've
Marcel
got an overtake from Matthew Williams on Mr. Fuller.
Yes, it is Mr. Fuller indeed. He's on the inside and he is ahead, so he should have him, or Fuller's gonna try. No, he can't make it.
Oh, and now he will lose another position to Jason Muscat. Yes. Oh my God, this is so close. But Muscat, does it.
So Peter Jones now also he needs to get past Mark Fuller. As Dan Hut runs very wide and lets Kumar through.
Well, yeah.
And also Ryan Nash on the outside.
Ooh, interesting.
Nash is trying. Yes, Nash with a good move. And Fabian Rudd is also in there.
Yeah, nice from Nash. I mean Nash from nice. Wait, Nash. Yeah, never mind.
Yes, there's a freeway battle for P13 with Roland Hut, Marcel Boer, and Joshua Penny. And of course Penny will be a little bit quicker than these two, but Marcel Boer also looks to be quicker than Roland Hut, so that's a very cool battle to watch as he hits the rear of Roland Hut a little bit.
But you see that this is also what Marcel is liking. He's now getting wheel to wheel with another guy.
This is Dan Hut is side by side with Ryan Nash. He's on the inside.
Yes.
And he takes the position. Yes.
And look
nice
at Rude.
Yeah, Rude can't do anything right now as Penny is on the inside of Marcel Boer. Marcel turns into Penny. And that's, I think, just the lack of experience a little bit. Then we have Eziroglu now, looking to take the final point from Marcel Boer. And I think Green Hoekstra is not very happy.
And look at Fabian Rudd. Look at Fabian Rudd.
I saw the accident and I think he got pushed a bit off the track. So
Fabian Rudd and Ryan Nash. Whoa, this is a great battle for P9?
No, P10.
P10 actually.
But but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the position as Dan Hut. Oh, and Ryan Nash is into a spin as well.
But did Fabian push Ryan Nash? Yes, he pushed him onto the right track again.
Yeah. And Dan Hut also made it back to the track, and then we also see, let's see that Garrett de Vries has lost 2 positions. He's now in P6.
Yes, so very interesting, of course. And Roy Vazel, is still leading, and he really wants to win this one, and it would be of course deserved if he could do so, but of course the other Roy wants to have his championship hopes pretty high, so he's in the attack, and I think this is one of the qualities of Roy Schouten actually, because he can have a bad race 1, but then race 2 he's again there. He's learning from his mistakes.
There's a crash between Rudd and Nash.
Oh no.
I think, let's see what happened. I think they... Nash missed the corner, and when he went over the bump he hit Rudd, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That cost Rudd some time. And, let's see, I think Marcel Boer got past Roland Hut, so that's good for him. And also Theodoros Eziroglu has lost time. Not sure what happened there. And we have Niels Vos who is chasing them a little bit behind. Further up the front, we see Wesley Stefano going very wide out of the chicane, and I think that's Matthew Williams trying to catch up to him.
So after a few laps, we've got Roy Vazel P1 with Roy Schouten in P2, with Wesley Stefano in P3, with Matthew Williams now in P4, with Jason Muscat in P5, and P6 is for Garrett de Vries.
Look at this battle for P8, Peter Jones and Niranjan Kumar. Kumar on the outside.
It's one Dutch team against another Dutch team.
Ooh.
It's Indian against English. So yes, it's pretty close. Oh, they are going to defend quite hard. I mean, that's Peter.
Yeah, of course Kumar isn't defending if he's attacking.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, there's no one behind him at
Ooh,
least.
he's
so,
going to try, he's going to try, and he does it,
That's a very, very good move. Yeah, he caught him by surprise there. As I said, it could be possible there, and he made it stick, so that's a very good move.
Yeah, both the ST guys are doing their job, of course. This will be good points for them if they can do this kind of racing.
Let's see. Meanwhile, it's still Roy 1-2 with Wesley Stefano in P3.
Ooh, Wesley's,
but look at this, yeah. I think you saw it as well.
He's getting closer, and also Muscat is getting closer, so he wants to get that podium he lost in race 1, Mr. Williams, because of a crash with with somebody who didn't pit. But yeah, now he wants to get onto the podium, and I believe for the championship chances he needs to. And now he's getting ahead.
Wesley made a mistake, but is this a good idea? I mean, he's just getting onto the straight.
Oh, but look at Muscat! Look at Muscat!
Yeah.
Oh, look at it, top speed.
I think Muscat might also save Williams here a little bit. Although
yes, but Wesley is getting the slipstream of.
Yes, but now he's not anymore. Now Muscat is getting it, so now they are back alongside, and this is really saving Williams. And I think Williams did a good job to give both of them a bit of the slipstream, so they would get alongside. But Muscat makes it stick past Stefano, and Stefano loses 2 positions by that small mistake there. Yeah. And sometimes that's just what it takes, just a little small mistake, and you can lose 2 positions, as you can see.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what is Mr. Jadowski? Oh, what's Mr. Jadowski doing? I wanted to say, but oh.
Mr. Jadowski is still in P18, but he's right behind Niels Vos now, so he's catching up to the people. I think he's about 10 seconds behind the points, which is Roland Hutt. He's not even 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, at least he had an eventful race in the end. But yeah, like we say in Holland, his pace will be on standje onweer. But yeah.
Yes. And can you translate that to English?
Well, you can do it. Your English is.
Oh, Garrett de Vries is off again. That doesn't look too good. He was in the wall.
Oh,
so
he was in the wall. Okay.
Yes, he was. No, well, not in the wall, but he hit the wall.
Okay.
And he's down to P11 behind Ryan Nash.
Yes.
So that cost him a lot. So that's unfortunate for Garrett de Vries.
And it's looking better and better for Mr. Roy Vazel. But of course he's not there. But we shall see. For now, the tires look pretty good. And let's see. It's still 2 seconds, I believe.
Actually, it was 1.5. So it seems like Roy Schouten is losing a bit of time. Or maybe it's Vazel who's just being quick. But I also think Matthew Williams is quite quick.
A mistake from Fuller, and
yes, Kumar is passed.
Get past, good for the championship points, of course, for Racing Team Schouten. But yeah, a bit more problem for ST Racing, unfortunately. Yeah,
this is Niels Vos is about to be passed by Aaron Jajowski. Jajowski takes the inside, and.
Yes.
Yes, he makes it. Oh, they both, well, Vos even a bit more than Jajowski, but they both went a bit wide, and Vos spins now as well, and he retires, and he's left the race. So
I think he knows there was no more points in the back. At least he felt so. Well, we saw a big jump from Revazel over the curb, and of course that's you have got track limits, but
yeah,
that's
but oh, look at this! I think Williams is gaining time
on
on
number
both
2.
of them.
Yeah.
On both of them, but yeah, also on number 2, and number 2 is losing a bit of time to number 1.
Yeah.
So oh, Eric Stanford also retires, so we have 3 retirements now. Niels Vos, Eric Stanford, and Rien Hoekstra, of course, the first retirement.
Unfortunately.
So see what's going on.
Yeah, championship wise, I don't mind Maltefors is getting not that much points, of course. Of course, for Aaron Jovsky it's a bit of a personal drama, but yeah, for the Constructors Championship, which is fully in the hands of Maltefors, this is actually a bit good for the rest, that they actually can get a lot of points back on Maltefors. But yeah, still Jason Muscat will score a lot of points.
And I think really the man on fire right now is Matthew Williams. He pulled a bit of a gap to Jason Muscat as well, and he's really closing into Royce Croton. So, but we don't have that much time left. I think we might not be able to reach the end even. So maybe we'll only do 11 laps. In that case, he only has 2 laps left after this. So, or well, even 1 after this. So we'll see what's going on. Maybe though we will finish the race, but I'm not sure how the timing exactly works.
But will we see a point for Mr. Jajowski, or will he not score? What do you think?
Jajowski is still 5 seconds behind, and he's seeing the guys in front, so he will push like crazy now, for sure. That's for sure.
Yes,
that's all he can do. Yeah. So yeah, he's slowly closing in. I think he might be able to do it, but he needs to make the moves quickly and clean. And let's see who else we have fighting. It's so Royce Croton going wide, and Matthew Williams is now within a second. So this could be the time, or maybe the next lap. But this could be the time.
This will be the place in that time, yeah. Oh yeah,
let's see.
And this is of course what Matthew Williams wants. He's still the championship leader, and yeah, of course he had a really bad round in the Norris Ring, and yeah, of course he only was P4 in race 1, so he wants to get a lot of points out, and if he can be the leading championship contender in this race, of course he does everything he can do. But
yeah, that's the best he could hope for. I think is just make sure you pass Royce Croton, and yeah, Roy Versal seems to be a bit too far away, and he could be on for his first win. But yeah, I don't think Matthew Williams is too bothered about it. Of course, he would like to win, but yeah, the main thing is to pass Royce Croton, as you said. I mean, the championship is more important than the race win.
Yes,
and
they're getting
he
really
seems to
close
be really close, yeah. But time is running out, so he won't have that much options, as Royce Croton has a big lockup and runs a bit wide. 1 minute left, so we will have the final lap in. And Williams has a run already.
Ooh.
So will Croton go defensive? He looks like he goes defensive. Yes, he does. Whoa. And will he make it into the corner? Yes, he does as well. Whoa. No. And Williams saw that coming, so he let him go, but he's trying to get the run here. And he does get a good run. As Muscat, yeah, he doesn't get a run on these guys, so this will be all Williams's.
This will be one of the last laps as well, huh?
Yeah, this will be the final lap now. They are going into the final lap as Williams tries to take every... Oh, he tried to take too much, I think, for the slipstream. He tried to...
yeah, I think this is his chance blown, at least for the straight. But he's pushing, he's pushing. Keep it clean, guys.
I think and he tried to go for the inside, but there was no room there, and yeah, he should have picked the outside maybe a bit earlier, but he's still close behind, and it's not finished yet. Maybe he can get a good run here and make a dive bomb into this corner. He's gonna try it. Yes, he does. He taps Croton. on the
Oh,
inside
but a bit
though.
of wheel spin of Schoten. This is an amazing battle. We're on board with Jason Muscat because he can see both of them, and this is of course.
I think he's hoping that he can pass them both in the end, but
Ooh, close. We're not even looking at Roy Vassell, and we're very sorry. We'll get him when he's finishing, of course. But this is an amazing battle for the championship. This is what we want to see. This is what the Megane Racing at WCSLeague makes so great. And he's still not done. He's trying,
he's
but
trying it again. He's
no.
looking. Scotland goes defensive, and Muscat is there. Yeah, he's really close. Oh, this could be very, very intense. Let's hope 2 more corners to go.
And Roy Vassell is already flashing his lights, but we're not done with this battle. Will Muscat be the one?
Williams on the outside.
Oh, look at Muscat. He's trying. He's saying it's still Schoten. Oh.
Yes, but Williams is there on the outside still. Oh, Schoten. Oh, Schoten.
Oh, Muscat 3 wide. 3 wide. In 3 championship positions.
Who's this? Oh, they spin.
Oh.
Williams goes off.
Oh, look at Wesley Stefano.
Schoten goes off as well. And Stefano gets second
1-2.
1-2 for performance. And sorry, Roy Vassell, we missed you going across the line. But well done to Roy Vassell as well.
We're going to watch this again. Whose fault is this? This is nobody's fault. Look, Muscat was stuck. And you just don't give room. And yeah, Williams cannot go anywhere. I'm currently
it depends.
watching.
I think if it's anyone's fault, it looks like Schoten is turning in. But I'm pretty sure all of them got stuck together. And yeah.
Would I say more? Look at this footage I give you now. At least I believe Mr. Muscat is getting squeezed. And yes, they wanted to try a bit too hard. They didn't want to give up, and that's what happened. So
yeah, well, this could have been such an amazing finish, and well, it still was. I mean, Wesley Stefano, he couldn't believe his eyes. He got second place handed to him on a plate from P5.
And what happened with? Oh yes, so Mr. Matthew Williams got ahead of Schoten, and who was getting P4 then? It's Kumar. So interesting. This is very interesting, of course.
And Fuller in P6, yeah, very good. P8, then Peter Jones, Dan Hutt, P9, and Fabian Rudde finishes in the top 10, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Then we have Ryan Nash, Marcel Boer in P12, so that's really good. Yeah. And Aaron Jajowski did score points in P13, so really good. And Azu Roglu scores some more points with Roland Hutt, also in there in P15 with Joshua Penny finishing outside the points, and he is the last finisher as Gerrit de Vries also retired from the race.
Yes, and, of course.
Then we have Vos, Danford, and Hoekstra.
To getting back on that that last corner incident, I believe, of course, it's said that they crashed, but you see 3 people that don't want to give up. I mean, this is of course great. You see 3 people that are currently so close on each other in the driver's standings, and neither of those 3 wanted to give up. Muscat went for the gap, a gap that was already closing, but yeah, I believe there was still room for him, and he was the most lucky of the 3 not to spin. So actually, very good for Muscat this round. So I think he was quite into the championship battle again, and I think now he will score more points. Of course, Matthew Williams will not be happy, but yeah, this was an amazing battle, and for the and also Schoten will not be happy, but yeah, this was a race finish with drama. But this is what you want to see: 3 people on the edge, and in the end, I believe a 1-2 from performance racing, because in all of this hectic, we nearly forget that Roy Vassell won his first race. He was flawless. He was really good, and this is what we want to see, of course. And
yes,
I said this was this is also the second podium for Wesley Stefano, so Wesley will be very happy as well. So Imola,
yes, this very good race for him.
Very good race for performance. But now we've got some people for the interviews, and let's get them dragged in. So first we're going to get Dan Hutt in. You want to do interviews, Wopke?
User was moved to your channel.
Yeah, sure. Hello, Dan Hutt.
Hi.
Welcome. Of course, you finished in the points in both races, so that's good. But yeah, unfortunately, I saw you running in P10 for most of the race 1, but it seems like you lost the position near the end. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I saw in the chat that one of the that somebody's penalty was removed, so I looked at that, and then just before I saw the corner, I looked at that, and then I got too deep in the corner. I hit a little bump that's in the inside, so you can't cut the corner, and then I hit the wall. And then I got P11. Garrett overtook me, and I got back because he got wide. He gone wide, and but I couldn't overtake him because it was the last lap, so that's a bit sad. The second race was also a bit disappointing. I hoped P8, of course, because Peter spun earlier, but he overtook me, so that's a good job of him. But yeah, of course, a bit disappointing.
Yes, but still a good point. So I guess you can't be disappointed for too long, at least. And yeah, once again showing that you can really keep up with these guys with good pace. And I will just quickly check where you are in the standings. P13.
Yep.
Is there anything you are aiming for? B at the end of the season? Any position?
Of course, now it's possible to get P10 in the driver standings. Maybe if Aaron doesn't drive, then it's possible. But otherwise, I'm trying to get as high as possible, of course.
Okay, that's good to hear. And yeah, I think we'll see you again next round.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, and good job.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Now we're getting the next one in. This one, next one is Peter Jones.
User was moved to your channel.
Okay, hello, Peter.
Hello.
User was moved.
Yeah, well done on your races. I think you scored a top 10 in both races. Is that correct?
I did, yeah. P7 in race 1, P8 in race 2.
Yes, and P7 in race 1, of course. I think you could say best of the rest, maybe.
I guess so, yeah.
And were you pleased with the result, or do you feel like anything more was possible?
Definitely. I mean, I'm definitely pleased with the result, but there's always more to give. Like, there were a number of occasions where I could have gone for moves, and I kind of regret not doing it. But you know, the race is over, and I can't change it from now. So yeah.
I assume that's mainly talking about race 2.
Yeah, definitely. There was I started P4 in race 2, and I was actually disappointed with my first couple of laps because I was losing positions a lot. So I dropped behind Roy Schroten at the turn, what was it, turn 2 I think it was. He actually got ahead of me, and then from then on I was kind of like in a battle with everyone who I couldn't battle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, of course. When you start more up the front, it's always difficult to keep your position, but yeah, you always need to try the best you can, and if you lose positions, that's never what you're hoping for, I guess. And
yeah.
But yeah, overall, you're still happy with the results, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's a definite improvement over last weekend, or back at the Norris Ring, because I had a number of PC issues, and that helped me to not score a single point that entire weekend. So I'm glad to be back in the points, definitely.
Yeah, and 2 top 10s as well, so good job to you. And let's see, let's look at the championship for a second, because we are well, yeah, quite closing into the end now. And you had 71 points before this round, and your brother Joshua, he had 104. So do you think you can still close that gap, or especially since he had a quite bad round today?
I hope so. I mean, this round he only scored 1 point, and if he carries on like this, then yeah, I'll definitely overtake him. But knowing him, he probably won't. So we'll have to see how the rest of the championship pans out.
Is that your goal for the rest of the season, or is there anything else you specifically would like to?
No, I certainly want to beat him. You know, it's sibling rivalry is a tough thing, and it's never good seeing him ahead of me. But I don't know if I can gain it back, but I hope so.
All right, that's good to hear, and good luck to you.
Yeah.
I guess we will then move on to your sibling, Joshua Penny. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, unlike your brother, you had quite the eventful evening, I would say, and yeah, could you tell us what happened?
Yes, pretty much everything happened. I'm about to tell you probably the most detailed tale of woe you will ever have heard.
How much time do we have? Sorry. No.
A few minutes. I mean saturated, so it's going to be concise, but a lot happened. So it was very much sort of, it was all going well until, for all of the sessions. So pre-race, all going well until qualifying. I was P6 in practice, my pace was okay, and then in qualifying, for some reason I just lost a lot of confidence and couldn't even get within half a second of it, and ended up losing several places as a result, qualifying 10th. In race 1, it was all going well. I'd made up a position at the start up to 9th. I was actually battling with Peter for a very, very long time. Yeah, I made a mistake while trying to pass him and lost 2 positions as a result, but still it was going well. P10, that's the reverse grid pole, so I was in position. And then the pit stops happened. Now, what happened there, because I know this was confusing to watch, was that as I pitted, I didn't put on the limiter in time, so I'd sped on the pit lane entry, and I was given a drive-through as a result. So the next lap I took that. I should point out that in the first pit stop I also missed the pit box, which didn't help. And when I came in for my drive-through, I got a bit confused because a pit box appeared. So I stopped in that pit box instinctively. Oh, after missing it, so going back again. Then exited the pit, and for some reason the penalty was still there. So I came round again and pitted again, but the live steward had already removed my penalty, and I didn't realise until I was in the pit lane. So I drove through the pit lane again, dropped to 15th position. Someone dropped out from ahead of me, so then it became 14th, and I was fighting with Ryan Nash. I got the inside of him into Piratella one lap. He decided just to drive completely wide and over the runoff area and keep the position, so I'm going to be reporting him for that, but in the end finished P14. And then race 2, because we're still only at the end of race 1, race 2 was just as bad. So, of course, I started P14. I'd lost out on the opportunity of a reverse grid. And as a result, I was a long way down the order at the start. Managed to make it up to P12 at the start, and then spun down to P15, all on my own. Very nearly held it, but didn't. Made it back up to P12 again, but for my next trick, I decided that I was not going to slow down nearly enough when Gerrit de Vries spun in front of me. I crashed straight into him and finished P16. End of tale.
Yeah, that's quite a detailed summary, but it looks like indeed a mixture of unfortunate events and also maybe some bad driving from others. And yeah, of course you can't always have the luck on your side. So let's hope it returns for next race, which will be in France. I think it's at the Pau circuit, or is it Paul Ricard? I don't know. I think it's Paul Ricard. Yeah, okay. So do you look forward to that circuit, or?
Well, a lot of others say that Paul Ricard is the worst race circuit ever made and all of that. I don't really mind it that much. I think that it's one where I've never been one of the top guys, but I haven't been slow either, and I did an endurance race there earlier this year, and it all seemed to kind of slot into place. So, who knows? I'm going to keep an open mind for this one.
Alright, and of course I just talked to your brother Peter about the rivalry between you two, and you are of course ahead in the standings still, even after this yeah, kind of unfortunate round. And do you think you will be able to keep that up, or will it be tough?
I'll bounce back. I think that this was an especially tough round, and I didn't really get much practice, and I'm going to pull out every racing driver excuse in the book. But, everyone has bad rounds. I had an especially bad one today. I think the thing I'm most annoyed about is the fact that for the 3rd round in a row I made contact with Roy Brazil. It's like I've got a magnet attracting me to Roy Brazil's car and I just hit it. This time I don't think it was so much my fault. I think it was more of a racing incident. But the last 2 rounds, they've all been, or the last round especially where I hit him twice. I mean, that was at the Norris ring, and that was just, I don't know. I need to stop hitting Roy Brazil. It's really irritating.
Yeah, of course, but I guess unless it's really bad, it's okay, and I'm sure it will get better in time. And yeah, all I can say really is good luck to you for the rest of the season, next round as well, and yeah, let's hope you can get some back to your good results of the top 10 then. And let's move on to the next guy now quickly, because we still have some people waiting, and yeah, let's see. Let's move on to the race 1 winner first, which is Jason Muscat. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, glad he didn't fall asleep, I guess because Joshua's story was quite exciting. But yeah, you managed to get your 3rd race win in a row, so you must be very happy with that.
Yes, I tried to keep up with Aaron, the first stint, and tried the undercut, which kind of worked, but after that I was struggling a lot with the tires, and Aaron was pushing me, but you know, he didn't overdo it to make sure we keep the team safe. So yeah, that was a good result for race 1. Race 2, unfortunately, Aaron missed the start, so he had to start from the pits. And yeah, then at the end, I don't know what happened. I had nowhere to go. Roy was on the left and Matthew on the right. I just kept my foot in, hoping that everyone stays straight, but unfortunately didn't happen. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah, a tough one. I think you were all going for that best position, of course, and yeah, I don't think anyone is really that much to blame, but it surely made for a quite eventful finish to the race, that's for sure. And yeah, of course, you managed to get out of it quite well, so that's good for you as well. And I think you're also now very much back into the championship fight. Of course, you were already quite close again after last round, but now you're close even more to the top guys. And do you think it's possible to defend your championship successfully?
If I manage to keep getting consistent results, I hope so.
Right, and yeah, I actually have one more question. Do you think that your teammate Aaron Jojoski, could he play a role in, like for example, in this race, in the first race, he finished P2, right behind you, so he cost the other guys a lot of points, or well, at least some points, and he actually helped you by not passing you. So do you think actually he would have passed you if he got a chance, or yeah, is he mainly there to help you and get the race wins if you're not in front?
Yeah, he's helping definitely, because when you have your teammate behind you, it's always, you know, less pressure. So yeah, obviously he doesn't have a chance for the championship, so he's there to help the team get the wins and maximum points. So yeah,
he's helping, yeah, but not like he's not going to give you the championship, you think, necessarily. Basically, yeah, okay. That's okay, that's okay. Okay, then yeah, good luck to you for the final races, and then we move on to the final one, which is Roy Versal, and that's of course our race 2 winner.
Hello.
And he actually already did the standings. So now we can even look at the standings if we want. But first we will have our interview with the race 2 winner, his first win of this season.
Finally.
How does it feel? Yeah, how does it feel?
Exciting. It was a long wait, and after race 1, the most messy race I ever did, I didn't expect it to happen anymore in race 2, even when I started on race 2, on P2. Start with the qualifying and the practice. I had a very good practice. I was with Wesley Stefano, the only cars who managed to get in the 44s, which gave me a lot of hope and a lot of excitement and a lot of confidence going into the qualifying. And in my first laps I managed to do 44.9 and matched my practice lap record, and so I was really happy on that lap already. And but after that lap I was already P3 so that meant that already 2 guys went faster, and only by a margin of 3/10. So yeah, there was more rubber, there was more the track was more hot, and but the guys in front kept improving. There were more people improving, and after the qualifying, the gap to the guys in front was like 7/10. So I was really annoyed about it. I couldn't understand why that happened, especially after a good practice as I had before. And yeah, my confidence for the race was a little bit gone. But in race 1, I had a bit of a messy start. I had Royce Groten in the back, which was my fault. I didn't see the braking markers and I just hit him slightly. That was the reason he went straight on. I apologize for that. And after that I kept pushing, and I managed to overtake Wesley Stefano, and was going into the battle with Nyan Kuma and Royce Groten and Matthew Williams. But I started to make mistakes, and that cost me a lot of time, and I even spun like 2, 3 or 4 times in the race, and at the end I finished 40 seconds behind the leader, so that was really frustrating. It was my worst race I did this season on performance, pure performance. And race 2, that was a very good race. I managed to do no mistakes at all, just kept it clean, kept the tires good, had everything under control, and could just cruise to the victory. I only have to overtake Garrett de Vries in the first laps. After that, Royce Groten was behind me after lap 3, I think it was, or lap 4. But I saw him struggling with his tires because he was sliding a lot, and then I knew if I won't make any mistakes, I would win that race, and I did.
You did, yeah, nice job. And of course now looking forward, and also 1-2 by the way, so congratulations on that as well. And
very good.
Yeah, maybe a bit lucky, but very good. And do you think you can get more wins now after this first one?
It's always possible, but like you said, you need a little luck then. And I'm not the fastest driver at all, but not the slowest as well. So I'm close to the front, and on some tracks I managed to get close, like on this track.
Okay.
And sometimes there's something possible.
Okay, so who knows? At least we will be able to see you at the front, hopefully a few more times. And so good luck to you. And,
Thank you.
I think we're gonna end the broadcast now because it has been a long one once again with Menno and me, and
Yes.
I guess we're a bit tired.
Yeah,
So
we're tired for screaming, for yeah. But yeah, it's something very true what I said. I saw that what was it, that fat woman walking into the pit lane, and yeah, it wasn't over until the fat lady sings, and yeah, this time it was really true. Until the last meters of the race, we had an amazing battle, and yeah, with the 3 championship leaders actually. So that was yeah, really cool, of course, to see that they all didn't want to give up, and so that's the spirit. Of course, yeah, you really want to win it, and that was of course great to see. And yeah, great racing today, and yeah, the end of the broadcast I leave to you, Wopke.
yes, okay. So first of all, before we end the broadcast, I will give you a quick update on the standings. It's now Matthew Williams still leading by with 248 points, with 6 points different to Jason Muscat. Now in second place, he passed Roy Scruton. He's on 242. So then Roy Scruton is only 5 points behind Jason Muscat, so 11 points behind the leader, and that's very close. And then in fourth place, it's Niranjan Kumar, and he's quite a while behind. But he is still in a close battle with Roy Verzal, who just won the race. So yeah, very exciting times coming up with the next race of the Megane. Will be at Paul Ricard, as we just said, in France, and that will be in 2 weeks' time. But before that, we also have the WCS GP, which will be at, let me quickly see, it will be at Barcelona, so the Circuit de Catalunya, I think. And yeah, that will be on the 16th of May. So that's next week, Wednesday. And yeah, then I would like to say thank you for watching, and see you next time.